Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Griftlands, where today we are probably actually not concluding this run of Rook's story. I just want to warn you ahead of time, I am a little bit crunched here for time, and Rook's days get a little long, so we may have to bail in the middle of this one and come back and finish it next episode. But for the moment, let us press on. We only have 87 shills, which is not enough to make any new friends, so I guess let's just meet up with Fellaimo at the edge of the bog. Was this a shorter day? It might be. You're rather surprised to find Fellaimo himself has made an appearance, along with a number of Spark Baron guards. Ah, you made it. I wondered if your leg had slowed you down. I'm afraid Hebel was rather reticent about your message. Was he? I hope you aren't, however, after we've spent so many resources making you a map. A map? I thought this part of the bog was uncharted. Oh, it is. Treacherous terrain. But we rigged an automech retinal scanner onto a gas balloon, and we were able to get some readings. It's not foolproof, of course. It requires configuration, but, between that and your eyesight, you should be able to find a way. Why, old fellow, I didn't expect to see you getting your boots dirty. Where's Errant? Isn't this precisely the sort of thing you keep her around for? I never trust too good of a thing, my friend. Errant is holding the fort in case the Rise get any conniving ideas. She sends her regrets, though. I imagine she was looking forward to fighting at your side. Was she? I got the impression she wasn't too pleased with the work you've had me doing. She does chafe a bit, doesn't she? But I've regaled her with enough stories of your heroics that I think she was eager to see for herself. Some other time, perhaps. We don't have a way on this... we don't have a way of communicating with a Rise member, right? I'm trying to figure out, the shop won't be available because we aren't working for Kalandra right now. Yeah, I think we're just not going to be able to get an RPG. Let's just head out. We should check. Hold on. Bog's not going anywhere. Yeah, the black market doesn't have any Rise members at it. Did the last stand? Hold on. I guess I'm realizing I didn't actually check. A lone traveler approaches. Rook? Is that you? It's me, Winnie. Who is Winnie? Admiralty Patrol Leader Winnie. How long has it been, man? 20 years? Oh, you remember now. Winnie used to be a captain when you were in the Aerostat. Winnie was always a bit of a goon, the kind of officer the Admiralty used when smarter or weaker candidates wouldn't do. Given that he's been demoted to a patrol leader now, his temper must have caught up with him. I'm gonna greet him. Oh yeah, hey Winnie, I barely recognized you. What brings you to these parts? Oh, same old Admiralty Oshdung, just working security for a visiting stuffed shirt. But today's my day off, so I'm taking in the sights. Winnie nervously looks up the road. So, old friend, just back me up here, alright? Before you can ask any questions, you're approached by a group of angry workers. There he is, we found him. Look, I told you before, it's just a little misunderstanding. The only misunderstanding here is you misunderstanding how much trouble you're in. Got him. Solid work there, Yibbit. Take a walk, Grifter. We have business with the switch. Let's try to defend Winnie. I'm real curious here. What do you do, though? Slow down for a second here. What do you want with him, anyway? If you must know, he's the reason we're stuck in this Hesh-forsaken bog to begin with. We were happily employed back in Murder Bay, but this Oshnuzars got us transferred here when we wouldn't pay him for protection. I was offering a legitimate service. And now it's payback time. Okay, yeah, we should step in. We should intercede. Come now, surely we can talk this through. Okay, well, I mean, obviously, see no reason not to lead with the Pale Foresight. 10's a lot of damage. Why do you get to start with 10 damage? Well, it's not really a whole lot we can do about it, sadly. That one. Oh, right. It doesn't actually count as preparing it. I should have prepared the boosted Slugstorm and then played it. Restore resolve to a random friendly argument equal to the resolve lost from Bogboil's attack. Man, Bogboil seems like very great. Very excellent indeed. Let us create the Bogboil. And then... may as well. We have tons and tons of rigging here. The question is, do we play pleasantries? Yeah, let's go for it. Show me something good. Well. I forgot that preparing the leftmost thing in your hand does not count as actual preparing, but it's fine. We've got it this time. I will just prepare some other card, like this one. There we go. All right. Cash outs at 16 already. We only got one flip off of that. You know, I really do need it to be heads up is the thing. I'm gonna do this hoping for a rig. No such luck. Okay. There we go. So now we do this to flip it to heads. I would love to be able to do it with the Slugstorm, but get a boosted dig in, and then... yeah, that still doesn't get us there. It gets us close. We'll have to settle for close. Yeah, the Bogboil seems amazing. Definitely well worth the trouble that we went through to hatch it. Ooh, I do like Grunt. I think Grunt might be worth it. Yeah. You're lucky your friend was here, Winnie. Until next time. The mob leaves. Wow, thanks, Rook. If you need anything, you just ask, all right? +1 bonus. Well, all right. Defended them from the consequences of their actions. Didn't really get a lot out of that, but we didn't pay very much either. So anyway, I was just going to double check. I'm realizing I didn't verify. Is anybody here technically Rise? You're Rise, but you don't like me. Oh, no, you're just a civilian. So buying drinks for you is not going to get me a rocket launcher. You're also just a civilian. And there's no Rise at the black market. Yeah, all right. I guess I'm just not getting a rocket launcher today. Bummer. All right, let's do it. We soldier on, eh? You do the soldiering, old chap. That's below my pay grade. The barons I brought can provide support, but we have limited resources. All right, so we got a toolbox. Remember, no reinforcements. We're on our own. The party falls in line, protecting Fellaimo in the middle. You lead the way. What a position of honor. You're deep in the bog when you hear the sounds of struggle ahead of you. Fellaimo's barons hang back while you two creep forward to investigate and discover a few workers heaving salvage through the wet earth. Thieves! Stealing valuable relics from beneath our very feet. That won't stand. Rook, be a good fellow and deal with them quickly, yes? Yeah, all right. You step out of the shrub line, careful to draw attention away from the lurking barons. My, this is quite the haul. It's ours, Grifter. We risked our necks to make this claim. Now we're going to sell the profits and buy out our contracts. So I could bribe the workers. What exactly will this do? I can convince Herbla to just give the stuff up. One of the spark barons in the bushes will come out and help me do that, I guess. Seems like a strange way to resolve things. Or we can just have at them. I mean, we're pretty much done with money, right? I'm just gonna bribe her. You know, this relic might make a pretty penny for the Jakes, but they'll know you're desperate and price you accordingly. And you'll have to carry it all the way there, through dangerous bog. Allow me to just buy the relic off you. The profits might not be as strong, but the convenience can't be knocked. You serious? I mean, I won't lie, this thing was hard enough to dig out of the ground, and carting it across the bog was going to be a risk. Alright, you have a deal, Grifter. Enjoy your haul, however you see fit. The workers amble off into the bush, already discussing the drinks they plan to down when they're back at camp. We discover thieving workers, and you decide to reward them? Look, you have the relic, which is surely worth more than they could have dreamed. And they'll be hungover and piss poor again by this time tomorrow, ready to crawl back into submission, as you like. I suppose. But I would have liked to have seen some punishment. There's plenty of time for that when you're properly armed and dangerous, Fellaimo. You continue on your way through the deep bog. Herbla likes you. Hooray! I do so much like to be liked. You alright, old chap? You seem a bit tense. Yeah, something feels off. Does it? I don't believe we're being followed. I flatter myself that I would notice if we were. Not if our tail had an evolutionary advantage. You hold out your hand to silence the group, ignoring Fellaimo's dubious look. He does kind of have a dubious look, doesn't he? Alright, it turns out they do not have an evolutionary advantage on account of they are robot dogs. So 5 damage is not actually going to get through my pet's armor in the first place, so I guess let's focus on the one that's attacking me. Start with the learning drone. Give him one of those. And then at this point, I guess I may as well go after the one that's attacking my dog. Boy, I sure am good at blowing up robo-dogs. Alright, solid contributions, everybody. Thanks. Now just imagine if we had a rocket launcher, right? Definitely play Gunsmoke because I would really like to level up my Gunsmoke. I would also like to hatch this fleet egg. The egg cracks and a fleet emerges from within. Well, we don't get anything out of that. What we do get is the ability to throw a high-yield lumen bomb. It's pretty solid. Okay, I guess I could have known that the fleet egg was going to hatch and it would be a fleet in there. I don't know. I thought maybe, you know, a weird thing could have happened. Leave me alone. I think we're good on this stuff. With the beast taken care of, you turn to check on Fellaimo. By Hash's reach, what were those things? What, you haven't encountered them before? Of course not. Threats like that are contained well before they reach headquarters. Let's press on before the stench of the corpses draws some other nefarious creature. Okay, so my guess is that what happened there is that we just got a draw from a random encounter table, because like this conversation doesn't make any sense if those are supposed to be auto dogs. You know, just like that line from before the fight about the evolutionary advantage. The expedition reaches an abandoned ruin, easily defensible and good enough for a rest. A moment, Rook. This is a good moment to rest before we make the final approach. You humans are rather short-winded, after all. I suppose that means Kredeshi are therefore long-winded. Ha! Quite. The troops spread out, leaving you to snatch a couple quiet moments to yourself. Well, do we have things that need upgrading? I don't think we really do. I'm going to explore the temple. You leave the group behind to explore the dusty old ruins. Though the bog has eaten away at their foundations, it's clear no one has passed this way in quite some time. Though you're no archaeologist, your keen eye finds something interesting all the same. It's a bunch of loot. What do I want to keep? A spark grenade is fine. A portable bunker is fine. Yeah, these are all... whatever, I'll take them. We have so many items in our deck. Fellaimo raises his voice for all to hear. Time to go. Okay, wow. That was definitely worth raising your voice for. The deep bog awaits. You're deep in the bog now. A fly buzzes next to your ear, loud enough to almost crack your skull. The waters are thick and murky around your legs. There's no use denying it. You'll have to stop to clear the debris out of your false joint. I remember this. Alright. Need to maintain my leg. Suddenly, Fellaimo crouches by your side, pulling a kit from his satchel. I developed these cloths for our weapons, but I imagine it'll do just as well on that bum leg of yours. He begins to clean the joint of your artificial knee with military efficiency. I can handle that. You forget. I always had commendations for field maintenance. We need to be quick, and I trust myself to do the job properly. There, should do the trick now, old boy. Give it a bend. Sure enough, your leg works better than it has in a while. Thank you. You both fall silent as your ears prick. Something about the bog has shifted. Even the buzzing flies have gone. The bog hungers outsiders. Her name is Speedrun, right? They took the D out, but you know that's how they got there. Her footfalls are so silent you wouldn't know she passed if not for the impressions of her feet in the mud. And also, she got here very quickly on account of all the damage boosting she did. You should sink beneath its waters so it can feed. But what if we didn't do that? Hear me out. What if no? Oh, did I get to keep the fleet? I guess so. In fact, it is a trained fleet. Neat. Okay, this is not a big problem for me. First card played at the start of your turn is played twice. Well, it should probably be Bog Enlightenment, because a pair of Bog Boils sounds pretty good. And then we'll stack the deck. We'll get some Foresight. And then, I guess, Promoted Trickery, trying to, draw something? I only need to draw one action worth of stuff to do. So I guess I'm going to do this. We can set some things off here. Not a terrible start, actually. Do I wanna Slugstorm? No, let's just play this. I know it's kind of crummy, but we'll get a level on it. Yeah, we're really good at intimidation at this point. It's a shame we haven't had more opportunities to do it. Let us prep. Doesn't matter. Sadly, Intimidate only increases the damage done by cards themselves, not the damage done by coin flips triggered by the cards. Alright, easy. There you go. You want to finish your intimidation with a smile. Don't want people to walk away feeling bad. The bog has been gutted for decades. You're fools if you think we have anything to fear. She considers it. The boggers watch you shrewdly before vanishing, one by one, back into the tree line. We must be getting close. Indeed. Let's press on. The light dims as you march deeper into the bog. It's not just the daylight that's dwindling. The air grows thicker, congealing into a miasma of spores and swamp gas. Something's not right. The air's thick enough to dampen sounds, but you know all the same when you've walked into a trap. All right, Rook. For a second, I wondered if Fellaimo had maybe hooked you for insubordination. But you're only fashionably late. Lay down your arms, Fellaimo, and come quiet, and we can negotiate a fair deal. Otherwise, I'll have to kill you, and I'm afraid your old war buddy won't do nothing to stop it. My old war buddy would rather lay down his life than betray a comrade. I followed this man into more danger than even you are in right now, young lady. Captain, show this woman how we dealt with threats in the aerostat. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to Fellaimo's side. I do want to at least once resolve this in Fellaimo's favor. Kalandra will hate you. Well, it's not gonna matter much. Start of each battle, gain 2 impair. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, so 17 damage directly to my face, huh? You know what? Maybe you could, like, not do whatever it is you're gonna do there. And then do we want to Bog Doom her as well? I probably do, right? Let's actually open up the toolbox for the first time. Impairing attack, multi-hit attack, attack against all enemies. We don't need the Bog Scimitar yet. I am going to double her panic meter. What is your thing? Okay, 9 extra rebel, or 9 extra metal if I kill you. Yeah, this doesn't seem like all that bad of a fight, probably. We're already most of the way through Kalandra. Now, the one with the rocket launcher, I guess, does have a lot of HP. That's a concern. Man, I do wish that I was not impaired right now. You know what? Actually, this would be great at this moment. It's a shame nobody wants to give up. So we have certainly shown your boss who is the boss, and it's not her, it turns out. Let's go damage on Rebel Bradith next. We'll just carve their numbers down as quickly as we can. Okay. She just hit me with it. I have to admit, I was surprised by that. Hand size is reduced by... Max hand size is reduced by 2. That's not really that big of a deal. So... We're probably going to have to actually kill Kalandra, right? Alright, let's, who's hitting me for 12? I'm getting, okay. Getting some pretty serious damage here. Here's what I'm thinking. Let's Gunsmoke. Okay, sure. I'm gonna letter opener you. I'm gonna double attack you to push you to surrender. Alright, so now we're only taking 1 hit, and it at least has an impair on it, although it's still a very large number. We're certainly not going to get 90 damage done against that target. Then we're going to, I think, just focus on killing Kalandra, maybe? Because she's going to recover before we're done with the others. Yeah. Do that and get my action back, and then pull in the Baron forces, and we have a couple shots left on some of this stuff. And the coil gun lets me blow up probably the other one, actually. Yeah, let's just try to remove both of them quickly. Of course, I rolled minimum damage. I am gonna Bog Scimitar just to get the job done, I think. All right. Neurotic Haze. Let's start with Visionary Hammer. Then we've got a pretty solid shovel here. Hmm. 22. Jesus. All right, maybe this Cobblebot's got to be a slightly higher priority than I was expecting. Nope, not Fellaimo. kind of want to save the Fellaimo thing, if I can. Portable bunker might actually be a really good play. I'm going to do this. Okay, draw 2 cards, play a random one for free, expend any others. I do have a lot of actions here. Okay, that worked out. So, if I could get 14 damage down... Honestly, I don't know that I can. I am just going to play the bunker, honestly. I'm going to save Fellaimo. Because this isn't the actual boss fight, right? I wish my fleet was smarter. Okay. Easy enough. Let's get you with the Ripper. We could blow up the thing, but there's not really a reason to. Okay, got ourselves an actual drone summon. Expend and ambush. I mean, it wouldn't come out right now anyway, so there's no reason to hit it. Let's double tap you for some bonus damage on a different card. And then I'm just going to take 17 damage to my face parts. Do I want to impair? You know what? Let me do the impairing attack off of this, rather than spending the last use of the letter opener. Okay, and actually my fleet does impairs anyway, so turned out not to be necessary. I mean, at this point, don't know what letting one of them survive is going to do for me, you know, karmically. Deal 2 bonus damage per charge. Wow, that's a downgrade. I do not take it. Yeah. Yep, that's one of those things where it just changes the functionality of the card, and sadly in a really bad way for us. Right, start. That's the thing I didn't want. Restore health. Overloaded core is fun. The first attack played on your next turn is played twice. Sure. Oh, yep, a one cost stun. Absolutely, I will take it. And yeah, I don't think any of those are good. All right. Ah, well, I would have preferred a public execution, but perhaps that would have just made a martyr out of her. I must say, old boy, you did have me worried for a second there. Kalandra seemed quite convinced of your performance. Well, you did hire a spy, remember? I had to maintain cover. Yes, so I told Errant. She might forgive you, she might forgive you with time, but she'll never forget. Well, I hope it's a lesson she takes to heart. I'd be well served if she took a leaf out of your book. That said, if dealing with Errant were part of the plan, why didn't you tell me of it? You got a bee in your bonnet there, Fellaimo? You always were 5 steps ahead, Rook. It makes me wonder. If I seem to be keeping pace, perhaps I should be suspicious. He wants to trust me. He likes me. Let's put this to bed, shall we? Alright, my delightful little friends here will help out. Let's stack that deck. Let's for that site. It's a shame there's no way to play Gab here, so we can't get Enhanced Grunt. And in fact, we drew both of our grunts, which is really awkward. Show me something fun? Nope, not really. Okay, boosted gruff is fine. Alright, I guess we'll prepare that. Yeah, I do enjoy this this cash out based strategy quite a bit. So I'm going to play Bog Enlightenment, even though it doesn't help me to do so, just because it's fun. Yeah, it's a fun card to play. And then I'm going to cash out and then cash out some more. What if I just never stopped cashing out? Nope, still don't want it. What am I doing? Yeah, not a consideration. You asked me to walk an impossible line, serving two masters, earning the trust of both, and I believe I did so to the best of my ability. And now here I stand by your side. No one else's. And I murdered the other side right in front of you. That should be worth something. Yes, indeed. Just like I stood next to you in Rentoria. And the Lake Spit Intrigue. And the Roalock. Operation Controlled Burn. How could one forget? Of course, Rook. Captain. Spies we might have been, but we were also brothers in arms. And that bond doesn't decay. Alright, our mission isn't yet complete. We still have a weapon cache to secure. Ah, lead the way, Captain. Okay, we did it. Start of every negotiation, gain either 3 influence or 3 dominance, chosen randomly. What a weird boon. Why do they not let you choose? It's very strange. Eventually, the road leads to a strange outcropping of rock sticking out of the bog like a snaggletooth. Just inside the entrance, you find signs of civilization, such as it is. Glowing relics and some discarded bones have been shaped into what might be an altar. No, we're here. Are we? Where's the cache? You will find what you seek in the heart of the bog. Oh, hello. I suppose you're going to offer resistance if we say we're here to claim an ancient treasure. There's nothing to resist. You coming here was foretold by the bog. It has been salivating with the utmost anticipation. That sounds rather unpleasant. I assure you, there is nothing but bliss in the embrace of the bog. Let it feast upon you and no deliverance. I mean, you know what we do in a situation like this. So let us feast upon your hidden insecurities. Okay, so I do have to destroy at least one of these, and then we have to go after him. I don't think this one's like the other one where the contest was resolved automatically once we had destroyed enough cards, or once we've earned enough cards rather. This is very unfortunate though. This hand is a really weak open, maybe the weakest we've had in quite some time. I should have probably picked the other side there. Yeah, shoot. Do I want to just... You know what? I am going to Negotiation Flourish. We may as well. I don't think that there's all that much negotiating left to do after this. Well... So do I cash out for 10 and blow up a card? Yeah, I guess so. That's fine. The good news is that means that all the gas is still in the deck. Although I'm not going to lie, I was really hoping to draw one of the grunts there. The fact that this cannot target core arguments really doesn't matter at all. Destroyed, apply 4 damage to own core argument. Yeah, that's okay, that's going to hurt. Maybe we do need to just go for the face now. Because it looks like the damage is going to stack up on me real quickly. Then again, it seems easy enough to get... I'm going to take a lot of damage here. There's really no two ways about that. Do we have... No, we are out of rig. Alright. I'm gonna hit this so we can get boosted cash out to 23 and just end this right now. Okay, so that's enough that we can cash out through this and still end it. That was a pretty solid outcome for those coin flips, honestly. Did it foretell my desecration? How I sullied it as I came through? How I spilled blood that wasn't mine to spill? Is that what your bog wanted? You know nothing of what the bog wants. And, I dare say, neither do you. And then, the violence. Yeah, we know how this goes. Careful, Rook. Who knows what these boggers are capable of? The bog consumes. We merely provide. Well, I am gonna do my best not to be provided here. So, first things first, may as well get that combat drone in here. Alright. Got the whole team assembled. The whole squad is present. Let's save the eye shot. I don't think panic is going to be an element of this fight, right? Let's definitely save our flourish until we enter the second phase. So, I might want to save all the Baron Forces usage until we enter the second phase as well. Does it happen when we drop him to 0? Yeah, okay, you know what? I think it does. It's not just a, it's not a thing we wait out. We do have to drop him first. So let's just do some damage. I don't want to use Eye Shot yet, and I don't want to use the RPG. But we may as well do this, because I don't think panic matters. Good work, everybody. Alright, do I want to wound you? I'm going to break this lockbox open on your head. Put a whole bunch of stuff in my inventory. And then you're just shooting my... you know, I should probably have opened with the Oshnubile, actually. I think I might hold off on the Gunsmoke. I don't think that we want to do it just yet. I kind of drew I have a lot of weird cards here. I guess the Shock Box is never going to be great in this fight. The Lumen Grenade totally is. Yeah, stuff that hits all enemies is going to have uses later. I mean, there's no reason for me not to take this right now, I guess. Okay. I am curious what Delirium hatches into. My suspicion is we're not going to find out. Well, that's unfortunate. That's really not how we wanted that to go. That honestly could not have been worse. Yeah, wow. Just really horrible. I guess it feels bad. So I'm gonna take a very small amount of damage. I'm not too worried about that. I guess I'll just chop you. And yeah, sure. Let me stun the other dude. Yeah, I'm really bummed out about that, that Delirium. That went poorly. Okay, so... team is too full to do that thing. If I do this to pop you... do I want to... coil gun? I don't think I do, because I didn't actually end up making that much stuff happen this turn. I kind of think I just, like, pass? Right? I don't know that I want a stone crank. You know what? Let me ammo pouch. Gain some concentration for later, I guess. Okay, here we go. The real fight. So Spark Mines and Grout Knuckles lose 6 health when they emerge. Okay. Well, this seems like a fine time to call in Fellaimo. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me start with the forces. Hey, you. Wound my target. Now we call in Fellaimo. You know what? That was a fair amount of damage. I don't feel like we should play the Lumen Bomb yet. Obviously, letter opener is not really appropriate. I think I'm just not gonna end the turn without doing a lot here. I definitely don't think it's worth throwing our flourish at this. Okay, so when we pop those, you're gonna heal. But I kind of feel like we do just have to go through them though, right? Oh no, sorry, if it returns to the bog naturally, if we kill it, that is not it returning to the bog. Probably. I sure hope. Could we get... I guess you could just come in and do multi-damage against... Hold on a second. Don't do anything yet. Let me start with the RPG. Let me start with the ammo pouch. Not so good. Looking for ways to spend charge. Cannot find them. Alright, we got a burn. Everybody's feeling pretty rough. Fellaimo has to target a particular enemy. Probably should just go here. Because he sure does do a lot of damage, huh? You just pick one and work it over. And I guess I'll do the same. Alright, the burn should be plenty to pop both of them. Okay. Things are under control so far. Holy shit. Well, this may in fact be exactly the moment for Gunsmoke. Let's call you in, and I guess just hit him. Hit him while the wounds are up. Alright, now let's have me hit him while the wounds are up. So... may as well just play this to add damage to the coil gun. Not like we're going to need any more of that. So it's Force Spanner, even though for coil gun optimization, we would only want to play 1-cost cards, obviously. Just going to throw a shock grenade, and I feel bad using the Bog Scimitar. I also feel bad using all of these hits multiple enemy cards, but... I want to save the healing. Okay, well, I needed those. Oh man, it's a lot of my cards, actually. Some of those are pretty good, too. Well... we are, in fact, fully charged, so we do get to do Loaded Blast for free, which is fun. Very unusual. We will do the Kikashay, and then I will do 20 damage to a couple of things simultaneously, I think. Call in the Baron's forces to make an attack on probably this loot cluster. Just make sure we get it. And you know what? Lumen Grenade up for the loot. Let's get all my cards back. Yeah, this thing is going to have to turn up the pace significantly here if it wants to have a chance. Visionary Hammer. I'm a little worried about Ripper here because some of these debuffs I would like to stay on. We should play this now. Then do this. Then we can go back down off of this thing. And at this point we play Ripper. Hopefully don't pull the wound. Okay. That works just fine. And I guess this is a fine time for the scimitar. Why, I do believe we're coming out of this at basically full health. This is one of the explosive ones, right? 21 damage to all fighters on the same team. So not quite lethal. And it would, yeah, so we can do 23 damage to make this thing do some damage so that we have to hit this guy again, or we can just do 25 damage to his face and win. But actually, it looks like the rest of the team is not on plan. Well, find me some cards that will help with this. There we go. High yield lumen bombs are pretty good. This is going to hit everything, so it is going to get me countered. If I stun a grout knuckle, it won't counter anymore, right? Probably. You know what? I'm just going to go for the salvo, I think. Like, I'm going to take a bunch of counter damage here, but it's not going to matter. Yeah. So at this point, now we're looking at 14 damage here to kill him instead of 15 damage to him. So we go Lumen Bomb. I don't know if this is going to work. Oh, okay, it totally does. So then I can Ripper on him and get my action back. Which is pretty good, I think. And then give it one of these. Okay. There we go. That was a little... The last turn there was a little weird, but we got where we were going. The bog, or whatever it was, sinks slowly into the earth. That's done. So it is. Fellaimo gets to work examining the area. There's work to be done, and you've only started it. He doesn't notice the strange device poking out of the mud. Nor will he.
It's done. The job, the cover, the double crossing. You did what you had to do. What you always do. But now your secrets are exposed, and it's time for you to move on. It's not often you reveal so much of yourself while undercover, but something about this job tricked you into putting a little too much on the line. Maybe you remembered the kind of person you used to be, the kind of work you used to believe in. Fellaimo got his wish. To stake his claim as one of the great barons, a champion of industry. But you get a feeling what he really wanted was to stand on the front line, one last time, with a trusted friend at his side. It was all too easy to manipulate him into doing exactly what you wanted. The only time you're given for introspection is a quick stop at the drop point, to deliver one last report, and to get your marching orders. Haveria's a complex machine, and the cogs don't turn by themselves.
I'm a cog, I think, in that metaphor, which I do not like. I want to believe that I am more important than that. All right, managed to make ourselves loved despite not really putting any effort into that at all. So, create one heated. Heated targets an opponent each turn for 1 damage per stack, and then adds more heated. Discard 2 cards, set the coin. Oh, that's cool. Discard up to 2 cards and gain dominance equal to their combined cost. Just throw a little tantrum. Applying debuffs gains you defense is kind of fine. There's a lot of this stuff that's like get 2 defense whenever you do a thing. It's like I like to play along a linear. I like to do a thing and then have another thing trigger, but defense always feels kind of not awesome. Attacks do 2 bonus damage if the target has a debuff. See, much better. Remove all debuffs on all enemies and heal 3 bonus damage per debuff removed. Deal 3 bonus damage. Hits all enemies. You know, Cataclysm seems pretty alright. We stacked up a lot of situations during that run where Cataclysm would have been very impressive. Costs 1 less per influence. Gamble. Okay, that's interesting. We haven't really tried doing much influence stacking with anybody yet. Deal a bonus damage per overcharge and then gain 3 overcharge. Shame that happens in that order. That's a wild look. Spend up to 3 overcharge, gain 2 defense and 2 counter. Wow, really burning through these. Draw 2 cards. All hostility cards drawn cost 1 less until played. Drawback's amazing. This also seems very good. Gain momentum. Whenever you discard a card, draw a card. Okay, that seems very powerful. Spend all charge, gain counter per charge spent. It's just like, it's so tough to rely on counter, especially with anybody who's not Smith. Got ourselves a little bit more difficulty level unlocked. I'm thinking what I might do, not just yet, for the moment we'll just keep doing runs, but what I might do after maybe this next set of runs is over is do some off camera just to run the prestige level up and then come back on camera for like max prestige level runs, because I don't know if there are enough interesting strategies in each character to necessarily run the game enough times to unlock all the prestige. I don't know. We'll see. But I will say that this really worked out. This is about exactly when I needed to wrap up. I forgot that Rook's last day is so much shorter than the others. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, tomorrow, we will be starting a new run with a different character. Let me know who you'd prefer to see. Smith and Sal are both total delights. I'd be fine doing either. So let me know what you want to see in the comments and come back next time to see what we do. And we'll see you then.